Hi guys, so welcome to quarter two of economics. This is the last quarter. So in January, after our end of the semester, you guys are going to be in government. So make this quarter what you can, because this is it. All right, so things are structured a little bit differently this 9 weeks. I'm trying out something new for you guys. So instead of, first thing that changed, instead of putting the Edgenuity grades in Canvas, I just have at the beginning of each unit the Edgenuity expectations. So if you click on that, you'll see the two modules I expect you to complete for this unit. Edgenuity grades will be placed in focus this 9 weeks, and the Edgenuity notes for this 9 weeks are for extra credit. So you can find the notes files right here, and then you can upload them to focus to turn them in. Now remember, these are from the first quarter. We stopped at profit. So if you went ahead, that's great. If not, these are the two that we're working on for the market structures module, the comparative and absolute advantage, and the market structures and competition module. And these are due by November 13th. So I'm going to go back to modules. And so what we're doing today is perfect competition. You can see that November 4th is the due date for these. And don't forget to take your pretest. Remember, it's a pretest, so you're not expected to know it at all, and you'll have to take the pretest before you can get into the perfect competition. So if you want to pause the video now and go back and take the pretest, you're more than welcome to do that. Just hit unpause when you're ready for me to continue. So we're going to start with the perfect competition PowerPoint. Let's go ahead and download it. Wait, it popped up. All right, so perfect competition. So by the end of this lesson, you're going to be able to understand the definition and characteristics of a market that is in perfect competition and describe the difference between the short run and long run industry supply curves. So we're dealing with supply. So what is perfect competition? In perfect competition, all consumers and producers are price takers. What does that mean? This means that neither consumers nor producers can do anything to change the price. The price is what it is. Consumers rarely affect the price, so we're going to focus on the producer. That's the supplier, the people that make the product. The supply and demand model is a model of a perfectly competitive market. There are two conditions necessary for a perfectly competitive market to exist. First, you have to have numerous sellers. Generally, there are hundreds or even thousands of sellers, and no seller can have a large market share. So that means nobody's the top dog, nobody's the main seller, the main producer. This means no seller can produce more than a small fraction of the total market supply. The other main characteristic is that it has to be a standardized product. Consumers must regard all products to be identical. They don't have to be exactly identical. Consumers just have to think they are. We often see this in fruits. So all Red Delicious apples are going to taste about the same. All Granny Smith apples are going to taste about the same. Iceberg lettuce. You don't know what farm it came from. It's just iceberg lettuce because it tastes the same. Other characteristics, although not necessary, these other characteristics are often present in perfectly competitive markets. So the first is free entry and exit. It has to be easy for new firms to open a new business in the market. So like anybody can plant a garden and then go set up a shop on the side of the road and sell the stuff they grow in the garden. Perfect information. Firms and consumers have complete information about price, quality, and production methods. This means that people can just hit up Google and figure out how you grow an apple tree. What goes into it? How do apples look? No long-run economic profit. Any profits being earned would cause other firms to enter the market. So you're not going to make it rich being a farmer. The short-run industry supply curve. In the short run, the number of firms in the market is fixed. And when I say firms, I mean businesses. Each firm has its own individual supply curve. So like here in our chart, we have Tim, we have Ben, and we have Kate. So Tim would be a firm, Ben would be a firm, and Kate would be a firm. The sum of all individual curves in a market is the industry supply curve. So our total would be how many apples, say for instance, is in the market at each individual price based on these three firms. Under perfect competition, output is determined by demand and the equilibrium price. So it's right there. Because the number of firms is fixed, profit can be made in the short run. The long run industry supply curve. Let's say, however, that the firms in a perfectly competitive market are making a profit in the short run. So it's going to attract new businesses into the market because they're looking like, hey, they're making money. I want to go make money too. So when new firms enter, it increases the supply. So our supply line shifts. You guys remember this? If it increases, it goes to the right because it's getting farther away from our 0 point on our graph. So when supply increases, output rises and the price drops. So our number of bushels of corn increases, but we went down on the y-axis, so our price decreased. This will continue to happen until no firm makes a profit. So we're just going to keep going down the demand line each time new firms enter the market, and eventually we're going to hit 0. Since there is no profit, perfect competition produces the most efficient allocation of resources. That means they're using everything the way they're supposed to be. In the long run, industry supply curve is always flatter, more elastic than the short run. So our long run is always flatter over the long term. So now you should understand the definition and characteristics of a market that's in perfect competition and be able to describe the difference between the short run and the long run industry supply curves. If you don't remember, hit the pause button, rewind, go back. So the next thing we're going to look at together is the perfect competition class activity. So I made this a Word document, so everybody should be able to access it. So click the document and it will download. I'm going to save it and then we're going to open it. We're going to look at this together. I'm going to click enable editing up here so I can type into it. And this handy chart over here gives us the characteristics of perfect competition. So now we don't have to go back and look at our PowerPoint. So several markets are listed below. Use the characteristics of perfect competition to decide whether each market is perfectly competitive or not. There are questions for each characteristic of perfect competition for each market. So our characteristics are numerous sellers, a standardized product, free entry and exit, perfect information, and all firms are price takers. So number one, we're looking at the market for strawberries. Are there numerous sellers of strawberries? So numerous sellers. Are there numerous strawberry farms? Yes, there are numerous strawberry farms. Approximately how many sellers are there? There are thousands. Are strawberries a standardized product? Yes, all strawberries pretty much taste the same, unless you get a sour one. But you know how they're supposed to taste. Are firms easily able to enter and exit the strawberry market? Yes, because anyone can plant strawberries from seeds. Anybody can go out and make a strawberry garden. Do producers and consumers all have perfect information? Can you Google how to grow strawberries? Can you Google how to care for strawberries? Can you Google what strawberries are supposed to be? Yes. Do all the firms in the strawberry market sell their strawberries for roughly the same price? So at Publix, you pretty much don't know which farm they come from. So they must all sell them for the same price. So yes. So based on your answers to the above 5 questions, do you think the market for strawberries is perfectly competitive? So we answered yes to all of these. So for this one, I'm going to say yes because it meets all of the criteria. for a perfectly competitive market. Right? Easy. Let's look at the next one. Market for jeans. Are there numerous sellers of jeans? Well, yeah, there's lots of different markets. There's lots of different places that you can get jeans. Yes. How many sellers are there? I'm going to say hundreds because I don't think there's thousands. Are jeans a standardized product? So all jeans, are all jeans the same? No, because you got the flare jeans, you got the easy fit jeans, you got the dark wash jeans, you got the light wash jeans, you got the ripped jeans. So no, they are not a standardized product. Are firms easily able to enter and exit the jeans market? Can anybody go out and make jeans and sell them? Not really. No, and it says explain. People cannot go and buy jean material and sell them to make a profit. Because I mean, you can probably buy the material and make a couple, but you'd have to have a pretty impressive system to make a consistent profit. So do producers and consumers all have perfect information? Can you Google how to make jeans? Where do I get jean material? How do I make these jeans? You might be able to. So that might be a yes, maybe question. Do all the firms in the jeans market sell their jeans for roughly the same price? No, there are so many expensive jeans out there. So based on your answers to the above 5 questions, do you think the market for jeans is perfectly competitive? I'm going to say no, because it does not meet all of the criteria. Because up here, we answered no, maybe, no, no. So we only answered yes to like 1.5 questions. So the answer is going to be no. All right, the last one we're going to do together. The market for wheat. Are there numerous sellers of wheat? I have no idea because I don't buy wheat. But I'm going to say yes because wheat's in everything. It's in cereal, it's in bread. So yes, and I'm going to assume that there's thousands of people, thousands of farmers that make wheat. Is wheat a standardized product? Yes, it pretty much always tastes the same. It goes in the products. Are firms easily able to enter and exit the wheat market? Yes, anyone can grow wheat. It's just a plant. Do producers and consumers all have perfect information? I'm going to say yes because you can Google it. You can figure out how to grow wheat and then how to sell it. Do all the firms in the wheat market sell their wheat for roughly the same price? That I don't know. I don't know. So based on your answers to the above 5 questions, do you think the market for wheat is perfectly competitive? We answered yes to the 4 of the 5 questions, and number letter E, I just don't know. So I'm going to say yes, because it meets at least 4 out of the 5 criteria. Does this make sense? See, it's not too hard, right? So now this is the class activity. So make sure that you went along with us, save the information. You can use this to study for the test. So now let's go to your homework activity and see what that looks like. So it says download and complete the activity below on your own with direction from the lesson video, which you're currently listening to. This is the lesson video. And I've given you 2 different versions, the Word and the PDF. And make sure you use the Adobe Reader if you use PDF. So if you only have Microsoft Word, you can download the Word version. If you like the Adobe Reader way, you can use Adobe Reader. I have no preference. So I'm going to download the Word version. Uh-oh, did I upload the wrong version? I did. All right, I'm going to download the PDF version and fix the Word version. All right, so here we have your perfect competition homework. It says 3 students from Southwest High School have each started companies that sell coffee to their classmates in the morning before school starts. That'd be nice, right? Each company has estimated its supply schedule in the following table. So we're going to complete the following 3 tasks using this information. We're going to draw 3 supply curves on the graph, use different colors if possible, calculate the short-run industry supply schedule for this market, and draw the short-run industry supply schedule on the graph. So I'll help you with one of them. Let me open this in a different. All right, I got my Adobe. Okay. So it says to draw 3 supply curves on the graph. All right, sorry about that. All right, so we're going to draw 3 supply curves on the graph. So our 3 supply curves are going to be Laura, Amanda, and Carl. So here's our y-axis, and each of the people are our x-axis. So for Laura, so we're going to be at 50 cents and 3. So that's going to be about the middle there. $1.05, $1.57, $2.09, and then $2.50 and 11. So Laura is going to look something like this, and I'm going to label her L. So here's our Laura line, and I'm going to let you guys do Amanda and Carl. And so number 2 is calculate the short run industry supply schedule for this market. So all that means is that for 50 cents, you're going to add up Laura, Amanda, Carl. At $1, you're going to add up Laura, Amanda, Carl. So for 50 cents, Laura is 3, plus Amanda's 7 is 10, plus Carl's 2 is 12. I'll do the next one with you too. So at $1, our industry supply schedule, we're going to add Laura's 5 to Amanda's 8, which is 13, plus Carl's 5, which is 18. So you see what I did? Just adding across. So then you're going to draw the short run industry supply schedule on the graph. And so then you're just using this as your X and the price of coffee as your Y. So you would go over, so I'm going to do my draw. So 50 cents at 12. So 50 at 12, $1 at 18, and it would go up from there. So that's the beginning of the industry supply. And so that's all for the front part. And then the back part says 3 students across town have also opened their own coffee shops at Northeast High School. The current industry supply for this high school is listed in the table below. The graph shows the current equilibrium for this market. Answer the following questions using this information. So what's the current equilibrium price and output? So where are they equal? So you're going to look on this graph or on this chart right here and determine which numbers are equal. You can also look down here at your graph. Remember, your equilibrium is where the demand and the supply meet. Suppose Northeast High School receives an influx of new students, causing demand to increase by 12 cups of coffee at every price. Write this new demand in the corresponding column. So if your demand is increasing by 12, all you're going to do is add 12 to your demand column. So 36 plus 12, let me do math in my head really quick, is 48. 28 plus 12 is 40. So that's all you're doing is you're adding 12 to your demand. And then draw the new demand schedule on the graph. So this is going to be your X, and your Y is going to be the price of coffee. So you're going to go up 50 cents and then over 48. So you're going to go up 50 cents and then over 48 right here. So now, once you draw that, you're going to determine your new equilibrium price and output. And that's going to be the new place where your demand line meets your supply. So assume this is a perfectly competitive market. The price of $1.50 was the price where no seller earned an economic profit. Because of the increase in demand, sellers now earn a profit. This has attracted more students to open coffee shops, effectively increasing supply. So how many cups of coffee will be supplied at each price now? So write the new output numbers in the new industry supply column. Assume supply also increases by 12 at every price. So you're going to take your industry supply column and add 12 to that as well. So 12 plus 12 is 24. 12 plus 16 is 28. See what I'm doing? And then you're going to draw the new industry supply schedule on the graph. So this is going to be your X and the price is going to be your Y. So at 50 cents, you're going to go over 24. So we're going to be at 50 cents and then over 24. So that's going to be your first dot. And then what do you notice about the long run equilibrium on this market? So that's going to be a question that you're going to have to answer once you finish drawing this graph. All right, if you have more questions, make sure that you sign up for, whoops, come on. Over here, oh, I haven't set it up yet. Over here on this, in your navigation, there will be a link, and I'll show it to you in another course. Says sign up for a help session. So if you click this link, tells you what is a help session. This is where you and I work one-on-one together. How do I join the session? I'm going to call you on Teams to join the meeting on the date and at the time that you signed up for so we can chat. And make sure that you watch the lesson video before you actually ask for help, because you might not need help if you watch the lesson video. And then once you've read that, click here to sign up for a help session. And then you'll see the dates and time available. Click sign up and then submit and sign up. I think it won't let me because, oh, there it goes, because I own it. And then tell me what you need help with. Enter your name. You don't really have to enter your email. I just need your name and what you need help with. And then click the sign up now button. And that's it. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that it helped you learn more about perfect competition.